Hey, you. Are you struggling with money? Good news. You're not alone. That's why this is the third most common New Year's resolution: how to save money, how to grow money, and how to be better with your finances. My name is Brian. I'm Brad, the psychology guy. And on this Mindset Monday, we're going to attack our finances. Please like, subscribe, and follow. I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Instagram. So when we look at money and we look at finances across the board, we can look at it in a couple of different ways. We can look at it as a tool that we use to buy goods, which is probably the most common definition of it, or we can look at it as a way to facilitate bonds and connections. When we look at things as just a tool that we are to dispose of, it's easy to get rid of it. It doesn't hold any intrinsic value, right? But when we attach it to a core value, like retirement, like a vacation with your kids. These things are really important to people's core values and the relationships that they build. If we attach money to those things, it makes it harder to get rid of, right? So, this is going to be our trick number one. We're going to reframe our ideas of money. Instead of looking at it as just a tool that we use, we're going to look at it as a vehicle to facilitate things that are going to last a lot longer. When you have a vacation with your children, even if it's something as simple as a small trip within your own state, this is a core memory that sometimes can last generations. It might be something they tell their grandkids. That is nothing to sneeze at. So when we attach these things to core values are way more difficult to break than a habit or a behavior. It's attached to the core value. This sort of cements the idea that we're serious. Another thing that we can do is write out a physical contract. If it's with a loved one, like a significant other or a parent, or even if it's just to yourself, writing out the commitment that you're going to use some of the tools we're going to mention later, or just saving this much money a month, this cements it. It makes it way harder for you to waffle on your commitment. Because what we're doing right now, when we're trying to change the trajectory of our future, we are making a contract with ourselves, subconsciously or in our mind. But if we write it out, it makes it way harder for you to break it. Okay, now we're going to use some more cognitive behavioral therapy. What we're going to do is we're going to use automation and systemization to our benefit. Everywhere you look at the news, they're vilifying automation and systemization. Some of those have some really downstream, real world reasons to be concerned. But here, we can use it to our benefit. A lot of employers will offer a 403b, 401k, or a health savings account. This is a tremendous tool that you can use, a real game changer of sorts. If you put money into your 403b or 401k and you max it out, for example, a lot of times your employer will match that money that you've committed to that, which is awesome. That's like doubling your savings. But then check this out. If you put it in a 403b or a 401k, what you're actually doing is putting it into a mutual fund or a stock that is going to grow as well. So not only instead of $1 are you putting in $2, you're almost like putting in $6 because that money is going to grow for you. Then, on top of it being $6, what you're doing is you're taking that money out pre-tax. So that lowers your taxable obligation to the federal government and to your state government. So when you do that, not only are you saving money on the front end, you're also saving money on the back end. This is vital. Okay? Next, let's take decision making out of our hands. All of our banks offer an automated transfer from our checking account to our savings account. You can time that with your paychecks. Come up with an amount that you can live without and have it go directly from your checking account to your savings account. This is super important. With these tricks, the 403b or 401k and the automated transfer to your savings account, these tools remove the self-sabotage idea from you. What people think of a lot of times and they read about in magazines is self-sabotage as sort of a self-loathing. No, a lot of times what it is decision fatigue. If we make a ton of decisions, we actually put the odds not in our favor. We make it more likely that we're going to make mistakes, that we're going to be impulsive, or that we're going to choose the wrong thing. So what we do is we remove the opportunity for us to make these decisions by making them once and permanent, right? So what we do is we save, instead of $1, we've now multiplied it to $6. Then on top of that, what we've done is we've removed the ability for us to spend extra money by taking money and moving it to our savings account automatically. This is a game changer for just saving. Then we've attached it to a core value, which makes it more likely that we're not going to break our commitment to ourselves and to others. And now what we've done is we've also signed a contract that cements and puts it in pen and paper that we are committed to saving money and growing money. This is almost foolproof. I can't guarantee you results, but if you put these in place, it's going to be way more difficult for you to betray yourself. Now, what we have to do is we have to set in place, what are we going to do if we relapse? What if you get that message from your friend saying, hey, beer's at 9, and this time you bite? This time you bite, you go out, you have a drink, and that drink not only turns into one drink, it turns into two, and you have dinner. Now you've blown your budget. What do? You jump right back on the wagon. You get back on it and you own the commitment you've made to yourself. When you negotiate with yourself on your commitments, you undermine those commitments. Remember, we're going to make mistakes. That's part of this whole thing. We're not perfect, but we're also not broken. And that's the best thing about you, is that you're human.